Hello everyone, welcome to Open Diplomacy. Today I've joined by a senior diplomat who has been doing tremendous things, especially in bringing investment delegations to the country, especially from the Pakistan and from the Middle East countries. And I've joined by His Excellency Ambassador Jemal Beker, Ethiopian Ambassador to Pakistan. This is your Open Diplomacy. Stay tuned. Excellency, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right. The point is, you are the first Ethiopian ambassador to Pakistan, and also the first ambassador to Bahrain, and you have been doing great jobs, especially in bringing different investment delegation in the country. And just to begin with, how is that? What things that you have done, to achieve these things, and as being, pointer ambassador and bringing all this delegation, and just how do you find Bahrain, Pakistan, and let's begin with that.
I think, thank you for having me, Ambo, in this beautiful studio. It's my first to be in this studio. It's a good to be here. Diplomacy always is an instrument to ensure the national interest of a nation. For me, I began my journey as a diplomat, career diplomat in the ministry. I understand since this reformist government took power, I've joined in very high-ranking officials in the country. For doing all, national interest, the drive is from the policy of a country. So I have to understand what these reformers want to achieve. The end goal in politics, the end goal in economic reform, the end goal in socially and foreign policy. Having understanding in this one, and then when I go to Bahrain, or after that also Pakistan, I identified, trying to capture the overall policies of Pakistan, what Pakistan policies with regard to regional politics, with regard to their domestic politics, also identifying there, and then how can we connect these dots. So in terms of politics, they also very give Pakistan follow, look, and engage Africa policy. So as you know, Ethiopia is a Pan-African nation, and it is a headquarter for African Union. It's a diplomatic in the globe, and we are a founding member of United Nations. So you can see our skill in that. So they have give a top priority for Ethiopia in engaging look Africa policy. From that perspective, so what Ethiopia offers them in terms of politics, economic, socials, I try to identify. And then, in the political level, Pakistan also, try to brief them, their officials, on the current reformist government policies, especially the democratization process we are undergoing, the national dialogues that we have, determined to take over, and also, peace agreement, Pretoria peace agreement. After that, also the government is, ambition and to achieve, the very peaceful in the Horn of Africa and play its own regional and continental global level. So we try to understand, create the understanding of Ethiopia's policy at large, with elites of the political determinant and also with media too. I think most of the diplomats or ambassadors' role is communication, 99%. So you need to have a good communication with the media group, team in that, also think tank, academic, all those things. And I used to visit a lot of universities giving lecture on Ethiopia's, contemporary, politics, plus again Ethiopia's, Pan-African nations, what kind of policy Ethiopia has, and so that they try to capture and understand Ethiopia. The third element that we have been doing is a business community, Chamber of Commerce, different sectoral associations, all those throughout were based on our priority areas. So we have engaged that, and it has been tremendous impact. Within a year, we have brought, as you remember, Rambo, in the last year, a 75 business delegation. This year, we have just announced it, within 2 months. Previously, throughout the year, we are potentially targeting those very potential, companies, individuals, politicians. So we are making them ready to know, oh, wow, Ethiopia is becoming a very, important geographically in terms of resource, also in terms of, incentives that is available in the country. So we convinced them, then we launched a campaign throughout Pakistan. That launching of campaign, I, travel all. Sometimes even I go to, come back to in the after midnight, around 2 a.m. You will not believe. And even they said, hey, Jamal, what are you, don't fear your security? I said, we need to work selflessly. And I'm very grateful. So 80 business community has joined this year. And these 80 are very potential. One thing it is not, like we engage them and through a different tactics. We influence them and they joined us and they have been very happy for joining, and all of them, they have writing a letter of appreciation to myself, my embassy, and for organizing, for our government as well. And they have been treated like, very amazing. They never think, oh, if I missed, I will be said, lamenting this one. Most of them, and they disseminating now all what Ethiopia look like. These are our ambassador now back in Pakistan.
Especially, I have approached the first delegation, and also I was with the second delegation too, and we've been together and been serving some of the heads of delegations, and they were talking about Ethiopia as if they as someone who has rich experience, as someone who has lived experience in the country, and I can see the level of promotion that has been done out there, and would like to thank for that. And the other thing is, I mean, how they feel, whenever you go around and, promote, this all what Ethiopia has, especially the business opportunity, the endowments in the country, the culture, the values and norms and other related issues, and what do they feel? Because they have everything in mind. I can read even, from most of, delegation from the first and also from the second. And the point is, could you brief us, the level of promotion that has been done and how tough it was?
All right. Let me just give you how we done this approach. This is very important for even our other diplomat to understand how this economic engagement has been done. Number one, we set develop a database of companies potentially based on Ethiopia's priorities. As you know, the reform has identified 5 sectors. Number 1, agriculture and agro processing. Number 2, manufacturing. Number 3, mining. Number 4, tourism. Number 5, ICT. So based on this sectoral priority, we identified and developed database of all potential companies in Pakistan in the city. We studied through different approach. One through technological, Google, using that data gathering. Second, by participating on a various business forum in the country, and engagement with the Chamber of Commerce, and we requested them, top on that, so giving us some information on that, we target them. So we call, on that identifications, then we set, tailored promotion materials. You cannot, go. Pakistan has got its own, values, difference. So you need to develop a tailored document. We developed a Pakistan sentiment tailored document, promotion document. And then we set also, approach so that we have data. Every week we're sending it about information about Ethiopia. What is happening in contemporary political situation, economic, and also other things. So we'll send them through database. So this is very critical. If you don't have data, in 21st century, data is oil. This is very important. So we developed that data. We regularly sending them, updating them about the contemporary development in all areas. This is number 1. Number 2, we also did a public diplomacy media engagement approach. We have identified in the same way database developed all the key media opinion makers and also critical individuals in the media. We identified. You cannot do that. So we identified all those medias, and we doing press release every 15 days or monthly based or issue based. So we do that, and we give so that it is a policy framework on that briefing, okay? Press briefing. If Ethiopia is targeting, so what Ethiopia is now in terms of economy, ABCD, then incentive, ABCD, then this way, politics, reform, social. We do that way in a very tailored to Pakistan audience. And then this is continuously reaching them throughout the year. So these have, everybody, when I want to them, business community, I have read about Ethiopia on this magazine, very popular now, Down, which is very known in Pakistan. down May, you know, they have got television, they have got, you know, online, they have got paper, you know, like print paper. So everybody, they read that one. And they said, oh, we see in Ethiopia, yeah, we need it. So now what we did, a very 360 promotion through media, and then through, you know, others. Then what we did finally, after that, we launched a campaign. So that launching a campaign has got, number one, targeting where we have to do business for and with whom. So we have a good engagement with Chamber of Commerce. By the way, in Pakistan, Chamber of Commerce have got a good, you know, everybody is a registered member. So nobody you don't find in Pakistan who are not a member of Chamber of Commerce. So one of them, like Karachi Chamber of Commerce, they have close to 50,000 members. So we reach, you know, we use them, their platform also to send Ethiopia's information all across. Lahore the same, Sundar the same, Sialkot, Faisalabad, all of them, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, all. We send them, you know, tailored document, all that across. And finally, we set dates in a way that we will do also. So we did promotion business forum in every city. We start our campaign this year in Sialkot, alignment with Green Legacy Initiative. Maybe we'll talk later. So we start from Sialkot, where like 2000, you know, we did a business forum with a huge number of presidents of community of Sialkot, plus universities and all that. And so we sensitize the people and the opportunities in that. We move slowly to Lahore, then Faisalabad, then Gujranwala, then we move to Islamabad, then Rawalpindi, all Karachi. So we did all this one, you know, promoting Ethiopia's based on the, you know, tailored, and then always investors are very sensitive about security and stability. Number one, am I safe? Am my property safe? This is a question everyone has to address. So you need to tell about Ethiopia's safety and, you know, even the diplomatic center. And also it is, you know, if you see criminal rate is very minimal at the global level, Ethiopia. So the government's policy and regulations is very strict in that. So giving confidence on that. Second is what incentive do you have actually? You know, the business are running here and there for profit. So what they will profit? So Ethiopia's, how can they, you know, see themselves in Ethiopia's growing and how they can benefit from that? We worked on that. So finally we got that large number, as you know. So after they came, how do we manage? This was very tailored again. You know, whenever you do things, you need to do with excellence actually. So we started with occupying their mind and heart. So what is Ethiopia then? We begin with our museum, 00. And then they see how Ethiopian nations are determined, perseverance, you know, justice-loving people. This is one thing. So they said, wow, Ethiopia is a very different nation. And, you know, how they struggle with a superpower at that time, you know, and with, so the only, you know, fighting they have is a soul, unbeatable soul, determined soul. So they see some, you know, braveries in Ethiopia. So that gives them also some big, you know, aspect. Other, you know, plus again, they, you know, understanding what are Ethiopian people look like. Are they principled, disciplined? They said, oh, we have seen very disciplined people, very, you know, rule-based, you know, rule-based people. You know, one example they said, you know, look, they are standing on the road waiting for car. This is, they give the other way around, how disciplined they are, you know, standing. This is a rule-abiding society, they said, you know, to me. And that says a big thing. And also, you know, people who are driven by skilled, semi-skilled as well. And so that, that gives them a lot of confidence in them. The third is also what we did is industrial visit. In that industrial visit, we did Bole Lami and Kilinto, we went to Adama because it is a cause. Why I took them to Adama? It's a long distance, isn't it? So we did in Lami, they visited, you know, different companies in that area. We visited, and Clint also we moved what, you know, infrastructure is available, what companies are working then. Or these are, you know, global companies who are operating. And we took to the Adama, and where they received a very outstanding cultural, you know, welcoming by Bagada, Hadasinke, all of them. And it was, you know, also the Adama band was very kind. They give us very good, you know, taste of Oromo, you know, culture, dancing. So that and also visited the industrial park, and we had also a great legacy at Adama, and where the road was named Ethio Pakistan Fraternity Road in Adama. So that is giving them, when they travel outside, they see a vast land, which is a very nothing is there. Oh, you guys, they said you have a very vast land. And the second also they see the weather. Third, they see the peace and the stability. So the intention going to that part is to show that this nation is very peaceful, and it is it's not like those disinformation, misinformation is talking. So then they said this is amazing nation, and this is really, we are very happy. We want to make investment in Ethiopia. So before they leave, 3 agreement has been done. One is with the Chamber of Commerce of Sialkot, Chamber of Commerce and Industry President, which is Malik Ghafoor. He is also, the first Pakistani to establish, underarm in Sialkot. He has also got, surgical equipment. The Forward also company owner, who was the biggest producer of soccer at the global level, global football, is from Sialkot. They have already started, now going to produce for this coming, FIFA football. It is produced in Sialkot in Pakistan. So all of them, they have interest in, and now they gathered all information. As you know, Ambo, the information decision making in any company, first they get a first-hand information, they explore, they see everything, and then they present to management. So now it is on that stage. For information, 2 companies have already backed, who are visited to invest in 2 things: mining in lithium and in real estate. They have already came back, and so they're about to get license.
Great. 6 months after the inauguration of the embassy, you have brought significant number of business delegations to Ethiopia, and then after a few months, you have brought another significant number of business delegation. And what does the current diplomatic relationship between Pakistan and Ethiopia looks like?
I think, look, if you look the time, Ethiopia and Pakistan have enjoyed around 66 long-standing diplomatic relations. Pakistan has opened its embassy in 1973, and the first head of state who visited Ethiopia was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who has visited Ethiopia in 1972. After that, they opened. And our diplomatic engagement started in 1958. So since then, we have a good diplomatic relation. But looking into the potential of these 2 nations, Pakistan is also the fifth largest populous country at the global level. It is located in South Asia, which is geographically very important. And also China is cooperating. You know that there are 4 countries who are all-weather friendship, strategic partnership with China. Number 1 is Pakistan, actually. Pakistan has got all-weather diplomatic relation with Pakistan, with China. Ethiopia is 2, and the other is Bulgaria, and the other is Vietnam. These 4 countries, actually, if you look. So Pakistan is located in a very geographically important geographically. So, if you see Gwadar, which is Balochistan, which is one of the province, all the way, it is very close to Ethiopia, Djibouti. Gwadar, Djibouti, then BRI. So we are connected through the BRI, Belt and Road Initiative programs along that. And so through that, Pakistan also, you can reach Central Asia, like Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, all this country. So for us, we have to outreach to them through Pakistan and connected with them also. So Pakistan and Ethiopia is very geographically, Ethiopia, as you know, also very close to Middle East, very close to Red Sea and Mediterranean Sea, very close to Arabian Sea, Indian Sea, as you see also. These are geographically very important to the globe. So Pakistan understand, we understand. So how can we take these countries, into strategic partnership in this changing global dynamism? For your information, when our country has been a bit challenged, or that has threatened to our sovereignty and territorial integrity, Pakistan stood with Ethiopia and say, Ethiopia is capable of managing its internal affairs, hands of Ethiopia. And that is a big, for our political achievement and the government of Pakistan and people to support Ethiopia. And second, we are also cooperating on the international peace and keeping. Pakistans have got, a huge number of peacekeeping. The same is Ethiopia. We're cooperating in maintaining Africa or from other countries' peace and stability. The third area we're cooperating is on climate change. And we have a good, climate change. Pakistan was affected in 2022, where we supported Pakistan actually. I collected, the support of the government of Ethiopia, distributed to Pakistan and people. And I went to even all the way where they, that flood has affected them. And that is a big solidarities and, unified position at a global level to promote climate justice. So that has big cooperation. So this year, Pakistan has adopted Green Legacy of Ethiopia, which is a brainchild of our Prime Minister, as their policy to combat climate change. And we have did this climate, Green Legacy initiative, fraternity under this Green Legacy between Ethiopia and Pakistan. We have done all across Pakistan, big city, which is a big achievement for us, and also we really appreciate the Pakistan government in that case. So we have very good cooperation. So we have signed last year Science and Technology and Innovation Agreement, where Pakistan and Ethiopia can cooperate on science, technology, in capacity building, on that matters. We are almost finalized now bilateral political consultations, and also aviation is on the way, and also foreign institute cooperations in that matter. So we are working strategically to move above all the agreement that we have signed, bilateral trade agreement, which was approved by our parliament last year, and this year it has been signed by our Prime Minister. We hand over, so this will completely bringing the two nations very close together.
All right. I think 3 years ago, while briefing the ambassadors and giving certain direction on how countries' diplomacy has to be there, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said that, as every diplomat should do their level best to benefit the homeland, and as focus should be on realizing economic diplomacy. And how do you see your achievement, with regards to Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed's direction?
As I said, Ambo, at the beginning, for every country's foreign policy is just one of the component of policy of the the government. So the Prime Minister give a direction to all diplomats. The center of our gravity for our political whatever engagement we have other nations should be economic diplomacy. So for me, my embassy can be said a showcase for our economic diplomacy achievement, because the establishment, if you see year of establishment, it is like I submitted my credential on August 2022. So it is like almost now close to 2 years, not even 2 years, within the span of 2 years. What we have did, was something gives me very, our foreign policy is very on right direction, and the guidance that has been given also by our Prime Minister and the Foreign Office, and depending on contexts, you need to be very creative. In 21st century, we are dealing with a complex of a lot of things. One is digitalization. How you can use digitalization to promote your national interest. So for us, as I said, the political engagement we do, all what it benefits the economic. Then what public image or media engagement we do, how it benefits economic diplomacy. So at the end of the day, for us, center of gravity, everything we do is merging, coming to uplift the economic diplomacy engagement. So our mission has successfully promote Ethiopia, and especially investment too. Even consider this year when they come, they have visited also King Najashi. They called Habshi. They have visited there also. This is tourism. Half of them they want to 2 rounds. They want to King Najashi because of the sentiment Ethiopia has. Hijra. This trade delegation is called also Hijratu. We named Hijra because of the sentiment of the Islamic values they have attached with Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is the first country who welcome, the Muslim who was fear of persecution in, their motherland. They fled. They go to Ethiopia where there is a just land, just kingdom. And they see that justice today also. Ethiopia is a just land, and we're also always welcoming everyone who come. We treat them with dignity, with respect, with honor, and with Ethiopian hospitalities. And that is what they have noticed. And this year, 80 business delegation coming to this nation, and they have noted and explore. Actually, every day we prepared also business to business meeting, government to business meeting. So that business to business meeting, they give find identified potential partners in joint venture to do business and trade together. Above all, the image building we have done during this time was very marvelous, and the two nations has a bright future. I think the diplomatic engagement, economic and social will be transforming. Especially Ethiopian Airlines flying to that area is a game changer in the relationships. Now, the Ethiopian Airlines fly 4 times a week. We are soon planning to start Lahore and Islamabad. That means Lahore is the biggest cities of like say provinces of capital of the biggest province, and then a lot of them the outbound tourism of Pakistan is very amazing. Pakistan people are mobile, actually they move because they have also a lot of connection diasporas in Europe, America. So now they use Ethiopian Airlines as their airlines. So that is a good thing. So 4 times a week between Karachi and Addis Ababa, and people to people was very enhanced, business to business. Soon we will also start cargo. So that will change. Recently, one of the delegates who come with this is IRCL chairman, Fazal Jelani. He's owner of the airline group, which is he wants partnership with Ethiopian Airlines to fly inside Pakistan and also Central Asia and Europe also, how we can achieve. So this is they have discussed a good discussion. I hope there is a good mutual understanding between the two officials. Hopefully that will transform also, take the relation to high degree.
All right. Besides, strengthening diplomatic ties between the two countries, you have introduced Green Legacy out there, and also the Prime Minister's books, Madam, is also translated to Pakistanese language. And the other thing is, you have received the best foreign ambassador in Pakistan. I mean, you have awarded, the award of, the best foreign ambassador in Pakistan for your outstanding performance in that country, and you are the first Ethiopian ambassador to Pakistan. And what would you like to say that?
I think one of the things that always amazed me and always so proud of, the inauguration of Ethiopia's our Prime Minister's book, Maddamer, Generation Maddamer, in the presence of Education Secretariat. This means it's a big, with the diplomatic community, business community, media groups, and we try to narrate, your Prime Minister, they said, is a prolific writer. It's not only, how can he get time to write a book? Ideas that runs the nation is also, that gives them a huge, appreciation for our Prime Minister. And with that issue, then, we translated Maddamer, and it is now in the Library of Pakistan, and in different, also we are doing recently a book review on that. Ethiopian concepts for unity, one of the, how unity is done among generations. So 2 articles, one on security and journals we have wrote, and others we have done. So we have done 2 reviews, then we'll have also with a different gatherings and at large presenting the review of the books. This is what we're heading to do. So that is a plus. That means how this country is running, and they see where Ethiopia is going as well. It's not, what this idea means, and somebody, they never know Africa, they know only Mandela and something like that. But now they have seen this new blood, leaderships, who is a Pan-African, who is also transboundary leadership qualities. That has been very amazing to them. And so when we also give them the idea of Green Legacy, everybody, we did actually 2 times a Green Legacy, one in our compound in the presence of 3 ministers at that time. That was very amazing, and the media, religious, youth, business community there. We did Green Legacy in our premises, in our embassy. And then the second also, we did it, with the presence of, the Minister for Climate Change. So that What, the Pakistan have designed to have 10 billion tsunami tree. They have designed that project, they couldn't succeed. And they said, oh, so something we need to learn from Ethiopia. And that Ethiopia, as you know, we have planted almost 32.5 billion seedling in 5 years. So almost now this year also we're gonna do some very marvelous and exceptional things, I hope. And so this gives them the rate of, also, survival was around 80%. That was amazing. And so the, where also seedling is made and all this process and how to look after the all ecosystem. We briefed them on the forum actually. We did one forum in Islamabad, in Green Legacy Forum. Sustainability with Sustainable Development Policy Institute of Pakistan. We did with the Climate Change Ministry and University of Sialkot. So that was marvelous. Seeing your Prime Minister, people wearing his T-shirt, Green Legacy, the Dr. Abiy Ahmed, and on the billboard on the big cities, you see, all the picture of your Prime Minister. That gives you amazing. Pakistani use. And they know our Prime Minister. They know what we're doing in that country. That's a big plus to us, and which brings people to people very close and ensuring also fraternity. Coming to the award I received 3 awards actually. One is said the best ambassador in the Pakistan. So that award was very kind of them, and they also given in the presence when the trade delegation came here in the presence of Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister at that time. And second, I received from National Peace and Justice Council of Pakistan for bringing fraternity spirit between the people. And that they said, you did a very marvelous thing. You bring the nation very close. You're one of the first founder. Again, you break through. So that they have given me the second. And the third is also from Organization of Islamic Cooperation for ensuring the fraternity's brotherhood between Pakistan and Ethiopia. So that gives me a fuel. Actually, we're working very hard, and the recognition is always a fuel and moral boost to do more for this nation to achieve its national interest.
I see. Excellency, thank you for joining us, and thank you for briefing us about Pakistan and what you have been doing out there, and keep the good job. And I would like to say thank you again.
Very kind of you.
Right. Dear viewers, I hope you have got great points from our discussion with His Excellency Ambassador Jemal Beker. This is all we have for today. Thank you for being with us.